I respectfully disagreed and still remain pretty salty about what you said about us. And I feel even more adamant about what your husband, Barack Obama, said when he talked to those men in Pittsburgh and implied that to not vote for Kamala is because we're engaging in some sort of misogyny. There are issues that matter to every American citizen. And to sort of blackmail us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another is part of what won Trump the election. Because that side of the aisle was able to look at the left and say, look at what they'll do to win. And y'all talking about him like he's worse. And in a lot of y'all eyes, he is worse.
Thank you!
Whoa, Stephen A. Smith attacking Barack Obama? Who would have thought that would happen? Either way though, I am fired up to talk about Stephen A. Smith today. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Stephen A. Smith roasting Barack Obama for trying to brainwash voters. Remember, Barack Obama tried to guilt voters into voting for Kamala Harris during the 2024 presidential election. Clearly, Stephen A. Smith is beefing with the Obamas due to Michelle Obama comparing Stephen A. Smith to a Real Housewife character from the Real Housewives of Atlanta show. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So, here it is. Do you agree with Stephen A. Smith's comments about Barack Obama? I do. I thought Barack Obama was very stupid for trying to brainwash voters into voting for Kamala Harris. I remember how Barack Obama tried to lecture people into saying that Donald Trump is a terrible president and that if you vote for Kamala Harris, you guys are the smart ones, and that whoever doesn't vote for Kamala Harris, they were born as idiots. Quite frankly, Barack Obama came off as a massive idiot when he did that. I was quite proud of what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Yes, I know Stephen A. Smith is a puppet. Yes, I know Stephen A. Smith can sometimes tell lies and that he can be Stephen A. Smith more often than not. But in this case, he absolutely is right. There's a saying that I would like to present to you guys, which is called a dead clock is right twice a day. This is one of those instances. Don't attack the messenger. Focus on the message. And quite frankly, Stephen A. Smith's message is absolutely right. It was very stupid of Barack Obama and his wife to campaign in favor of Kamala Harris. Michelle Obama attacking Stephen A. Smith was certainly valid, but when you attack somebody that is the face of ESPN, he has the right to go ahead and attack your game right back at you, which is exactly what Stephen A. Smith did at Michelle Obama. I know some Stephen A. Smith haters, they want to go ahead and say, oh, Michelle Obama was 100% right, so that means Stephen A. Smith should always be wrong. Not necessarily. Michelle Obama can be right for attacking Stephen A. Smith, but Stephen A. Smith also has the right to attack Michelle Obama for what she said. Now, should Stephen A. Smith have probably stayed on topic? Most likely, but I agree with his politics completely in this situation. The Obamas are full of crap when it comes to their politics. When they first entered office, they didn't act like a bunch of woke people, but now they act woke all the time, and they act like a bunch of wannabe socialists. That's why a lot of people have lost respect for the Obamas, myself included. Quite frankly, the Obamas were quite stupid for promoting Kamala Harris to be the 2024 president of the United States. Obviously, a lot of voters spoke out and said that no, we don't want Kamala Harris as the president of the United States. What are you doing out there? We need to go ahead and vote for Donald Trump. And the majority spoke. All those Democrats kept talking about how, oh, they need to change the system for the popular vote. No, they don't. They don't need to change a single thing about the popular vote. And guess what? The Republicans also want the popular vote. And a lot of people are getting fed up with the Obamas on a consistent basis. Stephen A. Smith is just like any one of us in this situation. He's sick and fed up of what the Obamas have been preaching this entire time. And even though Michelle Obama was right to attack Stephen A. Smith for making ESPN turn to a reality TV channel, guess what? You open yourself up for criticism when you do that. Stephen A. Smith absolutely hit the nail on its head. Michelle Obama is quite frankly wrong to support the politics that she has. Now, she has the the right to do so, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with it. I also want to show you guys this clip of Michelle Obama going on a podcast and comparing Stephen A. Smith to a Real Housewife character from the Real Housewives of Atlanta show. It was a very interesting segment Michelle Obama made. I actually agreed with most of what she said, if not all of it. Roll the film.
If I listen to ESPN for an hour, it's like watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
You know? I mean, you know, it's the same drama and they're yelling at each other and they don't get along. You know, I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other
he'd
talk
be a
show
great
host.
Real Housewife.
He would be.
Right.
Right?
It would be amazing.
So that's why I'm like, what's the difference? It's just, you know, it's just sociological drama.
He's an idiot.
Well, there you go. That's why Stephen A. Smith responded back to Michelle Obama. Comments like that is why Stephen A. Smith felt offended about what Michelle Obama said. And even though Michelle Obama is absolutely right in the sense that First Take has turned into a soap opera show, Stephen A. Smith is also right in the sense that Michelle Obama's politics are quite frankly pretty crappy. And we all know that Michelle Obama's politics are only there because of her husband. Her husband is a hardcore Democrat, Barack Obama, and we all know that he is just an installed puppet for the Democratic Party. Barack Obama certainly started out as an interesting president, but by the end of his tenure, he had become an absolute joke, and America is still recovering from the mess Obama created when he was in office. Barack Obama did more harm to this country, more so than good. He is the reason why we have so many LGBTQIA++ kids out there. His woke politics is why a lot of people still believe that being woke is the way to go. Only in 2025 have we seen the woke begin to break apart from each other. Quite frankly, that's because Donald Trump had to clean up a lot of that mess. But the Obamas, they don't really stand for the common man. They stand for the common elites. And Stephen A. Smith is smart enough to recognize that, even though he is a puppet more often than not himself for the mainstream media. But Stephen A. Smith is not woke, which is what I appreciate about Stephen A. Smith for the most part. I don't always agree with his politics, but more often than not, he's on the right side of history, unlike the Obamas, who are on the wrong side of history. And even though Michelle Obama was right for her take about Stephen A. Smith being a Real Housewife character in a sports world, quite frankly, Michelle Obama has to realize that, hey, I can't get offended by what Stephen A. Smith said back, and that Stephen A. Smith was actually right about what he said about the Obamas for having a crappy view in politics. A lot of people don't like the Obamas, and that is a main reason why. A lot of people feel like the Obamas are the ones who brought up racial idolatry. A lot of people feel like the Obamas are the ones who allowed the alphabet mafia to become relevant in society. And when you have those kind of people making those kind of folks relevant, quite frankly, it's not going to make the country better. It's going to make the country worse. Donald Trump understands that, hey, we got to put America first, and that we have to put our priorities in our own country first before we focus on anything else. The Obamas didn't do that. That's why a lot of people clown on them, myself included. Stephen A. Smith did that. Good job to Stephen A. Smith for what he said. I'm proud of what he said on the Stephen A. Smith show. I would just wish he was a little more truthful more often than not, but hey, it is what it is though. Don't attack the messenger, focus on the message. So that is why I agree with Stephen A. Smith's comments about Barack Obama, as the Democrats failed to brainwash voters into voting for Kamala Harris in the 2024 presidential election. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm gonna shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.